hello guys, welcome to a new video of politics.
We all know Donald Trump has a long list of enemies. Iran, Democrats, the far-left radicals known as the Catholic Church. But there's only one opponent that Trump hates so much that when he goes after them, he actually becomes them.
You know, the windmills, boom, boom.
Desi Lydic just stepped onto The Daily Show and hit Donald Trump in a place nobody expected. She did not come for his tariffs. She did not dig into the economy, the rallies, or the endless executive orders. Instead, she went straight for the one bizarre thing that has been quietly living rent-free in Trump's head for nearly 14 years. And she yanked on it so hard that the whole situation basically collapsed on live television. And out of every topic on Earth, the obsession she chose to expose was the strangest one of all: windmills. Yes, windmills.
Windmills! Wind.
That's right. Whether it's a person from another country or an inanimate object, Trump will do the accent.
Not his friends, not some brand new scandal, not even a breaking headline. No, she zoomed in on this long-running, extremely personal, honestly hard-to-understand feud that the President of the United States has been carrying around like a grudge-packed backpack aimed at spinning metal towers. And with that perfectly calm, dead-serious expression she always has, Desi stared straight into the camera and basically said, "All right, we are doing this. We are not brushing past it. We are going to actually talk about it properly like adults."
We will not allow a windmill to be built in the United States. They're killing us. They're killing the beauty of our scenery, our valleys, our beautiful plains. And I'm not talking about airplanes. I'm talking about beautiful plains, beautiful areas in the United States. And you look up and you see windmills all over the place. It's a horrible thing.
Because what makes this story almost unbelievable is that it did not even start in Washington. It did not begin on Truth Social. It did not come from some loud rally speech in front of cheering crowds. This whole thing kicked off across the ocean in Scotland, right by the water, in a place called Aberdeen. Back in 2006, Trump bought the Mini Estate, about 8 miles north of Aberdeen, and announced he was about to build the greatest golf course the world had ever seen. He was doing interviews, hyping it up, talking about the scenery, like a man who had just discovered paradise. For that moment, he was suddenly Mr. Nature Lover. But then, almost immediately, he learned the Scottish government had approved plans for an offshore wind farm that would be visible from his course, sitting about 1.5 miles out at sea. And that is the real beginning of the entire saga. Not policy, not economics, not politics, just a view. One man staring at the horizon and realizing he was going to see wind turbines from the 18th hole.
Wind turbines made in China are going to be the destruction and almost a total destruction of your tourism industry. He did want me to come to Scotland. He did want me to spend, as I said, tens of millions of pounds. And he did think that was an asset. And it is an asset. I've created an absolute jewel.
And Trump did not simply grumble about it and move on like a normal person. He went into full escalation mode. In 2012, he sent an official letter, an actual documented letter, to Scotland's First Minister, Alex Salmond. And in that letter he wrote, and this is a direct quote, "With the reckless installation of these monsters, you will single-handedly have done more damage to Scotland than virtually any event in Scottish history." Think about that. He compared 11 offshore wind turbines to some of the worst disasters Scotland has ever faced, all because they might mess with the vibe of his golf course view. Then he pushed it even further. He showed up at the Scottish Parliament, sat right in front of elected officials, and testified as what he personally described as an expert witness on green energy. Expert witness. He told Scottish politicians that wind turbines were dangerous and destructive, and he fought it all the way to the Supreme Court in 2015. But the result was the same. He lost. The turbines went up anyway. They are still out there today, spinning right off the coast near his golf course, and Trump has not been able to let it go for even one single day since.
Hillary wanted to put up wind. If you have a windmill anywhere near your house, congratulations. Your house just went down 75% in value. And they say the noise causes cancer. You told me that one, okay? You know, the thing makes it so... And of course, it's like a graveyard for birds. If you love birds, you'd never want to walk under a...
And this is the part Desi Lydic clearly had the most fun with, because it is almost hilarious in the most absurd way possible. A very personal tantrum about one golf course slowly morphed into an actual political identity. By the time Trump became president, he was not just ranting about Scotland anymore. He was standing at a Republican congressional fundraiser in 2019 and casually telling a room full of people that windmills cause cancer. Cancer. He tossed that claim out like it was some fun little fact he picked up at a dinner party. It sounded like somebody whispered it to him. He liked how dramatic it felt, and then he delivered it to donors like it was proven medical truth. Fact checkers were scrambling immediately. Scientists had to step in. The American Cancer Society literally had to respond, and Trump, of course, just kept moving to the next rally like none of it mattered.
An economy based on wind. I never understood wind. I know windmills very much. I've studied it better than anybody. I know it's very expensive. They're made in China and Germany mostly. Very few made here, almost none. But they're manufactured tremendous, if you're into this, tremendous fumes, gases are spewing into the atmosphere. We have a world, right? So the world is tiny compared to the universe. So tremendous amount of fumes and everything. You talk about the carbon footprint. Fumes are spewing into the air, right? Spewing. Whether it's in China, Germany, it's going into the air. It's our air, their air.
Bro, this daily show segment absolutely destroyed Trump in the future in the funniest way possible. Instead of attacking politics or scandals, and Desi Lydic exposed Trump's wild 14 years of obsession with windmills, and honestly, the deeper it got, the crazier it became. The biggest reveal, this whole thing apparently started because Trump bought a golf course in Scotland and got furious that offshore wind turbines would ruin the ocean view. From that moment on, he basically turned windmills into a personal enemy. The clip gets even crazier when they show Trump claiming windmills cause cancer. Windmills kill birds, windmills drive whales insane. China secretly does not use wind turbines, and they say stared every single clip together like a courtroom case until the audience realized this was not a random. This man genuinely has beef with the wind, but then became the most viral part. She points out the real reason Trump hates wine so much is here. Every outdoor rally, every helicopter landing, and every gust of wind turns into a battle for survival. While his hair starts fighting for its life on live TV, and honestly, once she said, "You can never